Welcome back to Ferocious Education, this is Ed. Today, we're going to be talking about support.com. In this video, I'm going towards a due diligence, a bit of technical analysis, institutional buyers, and what I think about this one. So without further ado, let's jump right into this one. So first off, I do want to go through the presentation that they have up, and the main part of it is that Greenridge and Generation and support.com are going ahead with a merger, or reverse merger if you may. And from that, you're going to be able to get the following. So Greenridge Generation Holdings and support.com have entered into a definitive agreement expected to close in the third quarter of 2021, which we're in right now. Greenridge is expected to be the only vertically integrated US publicly listed Bitcoin mining operation. It owns its own power plants. And around 52 mm of EBITDA in 2021 estimated, and a run rate of around $162 million in 2022 estimated. Currently a hash rate of 1.1 EHs per second, and in 2022 estimated hash rate of 2.6 EHs per second. So the pro forma for the merger, the combined companies currently have around $70 million in net cash. So moving on from there, you're able to see Greenridge Generation overview. They're currently not far from Rochester, and you're able to see that in 2014, Atlas formed Greenridge to purchase facility, coal to gas conversion completed in 2017, 2018 they launched Bitcoin mining operations, and in 2021 raised institutional capital and executing plan to achieve NASDAQ listing. Greenridge currently operates 19 megawatt of mining. Ferocious miners expected to grow capacity to 41 megawatt by July 2021 and 45 megawatt by 2021 year end. And they're also expected or experienced in-house power generation operators and mining. Their EBITDA is currently in 2021 estimated to be 52 million, by 2022 anticipated 109 million, and in 2022 estimated run rate expected to be around $162 million by the end of the year. In terms of capacity, again, we went through that, but their plans to expand to other sites and expects to replicate its integrated business model to achieve at least 500 megawatts of mining by 2025. And you're able to see their history on its own, and by 2025 they're anticipating around 500 megawatts, or at least of that. And you're able as well to also see some of their competition around here. So they have by far the lowest cost of power in its peer group, having mined Bitcoin on average cost of around 2,869 LTM February 2021. You're able to see as well here that the hash rate is still on par, one of the highest in its own industry. Marathon, for instance, back to where this was a comparison, they had 1.4 EHs per second, and the cost of power was higher at 28 compared to 22. And you're able to see that they have captive power sources which others don't, and the market capitalization valuation in USD that's not available because it's not currently listed. Now, on another thing we are able to take a look at is their competitive advantage to drive profitability. First, captive low-cost power. 2, substantial installed base, proven mining and power plant expertise, and rapid EBITDA growth. Basically all you want to hear when you're taking a look into a company. Now, other things here, for instance, operational excellence. Their experienced in-house team of engineers and operators executed Greenridge's coal to gas conversion and mining build-out, electrical expertise to power plants engineers highly applicable of mining build-outs, and significant base of know-how relating to 24/7 continuous operations. They also have research and development capabilities. Now, in terms of expansions to new sites, as we talked about, the 2025 goal of around 500 megawatts, and the mining adjacencies, they want to expand into adjacencies within the blockchain ecosystem, with mining and transaction processing as the backbone of cryptocurrency. Greenridge expertise and technical capabilities applicable to other cryptocurrencies, mining services, and other adjacencies. Now, there's a lot more information that we can go on here, including as well the adaptability of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency with different companies such as Tesla, PayPal, and everything in between. But if you were to take a look quickly into pro forma capitalization, you're able to see that Atlas has around 69% of the overall. From there, existing institutional and other investors are 19%, and support.com shareholders are around 8% currently, management board 4%, and Foundry Digital LLC around 0.4%. So the pro forma of the plan of merger is expected net cash position of $70 million. Support.com will own 8% of the combined business, transitioning to dual class structures, and Support.com business will continue to operate in the ordinary course after closing with existing management team. And Support.com is expected to deliver $33 million of cash and potentially beneficial NOLs. The voting support agreement for 30% of Support.com shares and expected to close by the end of the quarter on third quarter 2021. Now, moving on from there, we can take a look into some of the information found in the appendix. So Atlas themselves, these are Atlas Holdings LLC, the sponsor of funds that are majority shareholders. They're also under Atlas entities. The rest, for instance, like Support.com overview, you're able to see that they are a global provider of home sourcing solutions and global customer relationships management. They're also delivered by home-based expertise or employees, around 780 of them, on-demand global scalable business growth with minimal capex and no brick and mortar cost, with 20 years of experience delivering stellar results for global enterprise clients. They also proven omni-channel CRM solutions provided through secure proprietary cloud-based platform designed and optimized for home sourcing. Another thing is they have high-margin consumer software businesses with product licensing on an annual subscription or perpetual basis, and they have a new leadership team. And on other thing, for instance, you're able to see that Atlas Holdings currently has more than 300 global locations and around 40,000 associates. They currently operate and own around 1.164 megawatts gigawatts gross of merchant power generation assets in New York and New England. And we're able to see as well some of the build out timelines and the future of transaction fees, Bitcoin fees, transaction fees as a percent of revenue. As you see, there is quite of an increase there as well. But let's move on towards the latest news. But before doing so, if you'd like to see more contents like this, make sure to click the subscribe button on the bottom right corner and leave notifications buttons on. Don't forget to drop a like to this video, and if you'd like to join our Discord, totally free in the description below. Now on other things, some of the news that we have. Support.com reported second quarter 2021 financial results on August 13th, 2021, and they had around $38.5 million cash. And currently, you're able to see that the proposed merger is still ongoing, previously announced, and Greenwich Capital LLC acquired around 3.9 million shares of Support.com in a private placement in March 2021. The total assets currently is around $46 million, and the total stockholder equity is around $40.2 million. Currently, the market cap is around 212 of that, so 5 times multiplied multiple of that number. Now, Support.com will not host a conference call discussing the company's second quarter results, and they did not. So that's off the window, but you're able to see that their total assets or price over book would be around 5 times, which is on the higher side of the SP 500 average. Now, Support.com also provided updates on the merger transaction process back on August 12, and this one mentioned that there will be a meeting held on September 10th, 2021 at AM Pacific time, and this one here will have the stockholders on record being on July 26th, 2021 around 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that's already predetermined as we're currently recording this one on 23rd of August. Now, on another thing, they also expanded their operations to Expert Toolkit, which is an agent resources for efficient call resolutions. Expert Toolkit includes secure remote device support for remote issue resolutions. Secure Hub, which is an HIPAA and PCI complaint operational securities enforcements, including locations, device identity verification with advanced biometrics, two-way data encryption, and clean desk enforcement. And there's also Expert CRM, which is a CRM solution enabling data sharing for seamless customer interactions. It includes calls and analytical dashboards, APIs for integration and data export. Now, institutional buyers who are able to see, for instance, that Morgan Stanley on the 20th of August added around 89,000 shares, closer to 90,000 shares on their own. There's other institutions that added as well. It's a little bit mixed, but mainly adding shares. Now, there's also different things relating towards Greenidge's expected to achieve year 2021 EBITDA excess of $50 million and a run rate of around $160 million of EBITDA by Q4 2022. I think that's the only one that was actually quite interesting. But another one here, upon the merger completion, Support.com shareholders and option holders will collectively own around 8% of the combined company's common stock, and Greenidge stockholders will own approximately 92%. And so that kind of gives you an idea, and let's move on towards technical analysis. Now, from a technical analysis point of view, we're able to see on all moving averages that this stock is incredibly bullish onto this one. 10 SMA is above the 30 EMA and a 50 SMA is above the 200 SMA. And that might sound like some alien language to you, but these are nothing more than moving averages indicating volume and momentum strength. The current trading action zone where most reversals usually occur is between this green line and the 30 SMA line, the red line, so the 10 SMA and the 30 EMA. This is currently between 836 and 716. The 80X is sitting at 47.58. You got to be very careful around 50 because that's where you start seeing some of the reversals occur. And William %R shows that this one is overbought, meaning that there's a lot of attention and more buyers than sellers currently. So with demand and supply, you're able to see that this stock has potential to continue to grow as it hits an all-time high. Now, I am on the MACD, it shows very strong momentum and volume, and similarly on the momentum tracker, it's one of the highest and strongest momentum it ever recorded. Stochastic fast and stochastic slow both are actually pinpointing upwards, showing a bullish action, and the Bollinger Bands and the moving average bands are currently going upwards. Volume is actually increasing day to day, suggesting we might open up higher in the week. On the Fibonacci retracements, and the reason why I'm pinpointing this one is because institutional buyers apparently like to use these ones. So currently the only resistance is at 1150, supports are 925, 747, 622, 497, 343, and 93 cents. From a price line action though, we're able to see that the current support sits at 1087. And if we were to go towards a 1 hour perspective, we're able to draw better support lines. So the current support would be then at 1092. Below there, we're sitting somewhere closer to the 1065, and then 1048, 1005, around 976, going down to 946, and then down to 905, going downwards to around 888, and then down to 848, going to 820, and then the one that is very critical will be the 802, and then below there it's 781 until 752. Below 72 you're going to be hitting 722, and then down to 686. The only support is 1150. Coming to the question to Ed, what do you think about this one? I really do think that this one might actually continue to push higher highs and all-time highs until that merger kind of closes down. That's where things settle. There's a lot of attention onto this one. My only complaint about this one is that they're not using renewable resources, which is very hot currently in the market itself. If they did use a plant that is renewable resources, or the next plant being around renewable resources, that would lead to a lot more investors and a lot more attention. But what do you think about this ticker? Make sure to mention down in the comments below. Share, subscribe, and like, and have a wonderful day. Now, if you're still here on this video, make sure to drop down below and join our Discord. We have a lot of different things going on, including, for instance, members that gives picks for free. It's not pump and dumps, we just things we think about, swings, etc. We also have really exciting bots. You can actually use those ones. For instance, we're just testing out this bot, for instance, that gives you Fibonacci resistance points, activities, etc. And we have a bunch of free things, totally free. We run on tips here, and you can ask me questions, suggest stocks, etc. It's a really nice community that has been growing up very fast at a very good rate, and it's totally free. If you would like to join that one, feel free to do so in the description below, and have a wonderful day.